9 unknown prophecies and the prophecy. And the writer says, I was lucky enough to find 9 new unpublished prophecies. I was lucky. Let's see if I will have a blessing. Well, the prophecies are all handwritten on plain paper except for 2. One, it was small on paper and other on copper foil. In detail, the prophets say, 1, the son of Tolis, the organist from the upper and lower Tatavla, that means the city of Constantinople. 2, the seamstress, sister-in-law of Zekra, the seamstress from Aridia. 3, Johnny, the world bodybuilder from Astagos. And 4, the common woman from Bethulah. 5, Athanasaros, the doorman and son of Fani from Kalamata. 6, the ribbon maker from Thesprotia. And 7, Father Gotsos, the table keeper or old man from Neos Cosmos, the New World. 8, the gypsy dancer from Sufli. 9, Vlamis the shepherd, descendant of Sarakatsanye, who was found in Sitia in Crete. Although they are all known, I give you their details. I will not tell you what they prophesy, because it's a shame to sit like Hannas to accept what every chancellor prophesies. Have you ever asked for a certificate of truth? Have you considered the fun of listening to what BS everyone is speaking? Has it not passed through your mind that the devil, is trying to deceive you with his own voices, always secretly and mysteriously? Before you go to a doctor, ask others about his background. You see his degree hanging behind him. Nevertheless, they did a terrible job with the pandemic. You don't know who to believe, and you see the results with nauseating side effects. You listen to science, and what happens to that lackey of a stain? Is he hiding? He's there, and he is a horror. We listen to every nerd politician because supposedly his mother was a good Christian because she made hot zucchini meatballs, and he has a bright smile, and the homeland is going to hell. And since we have been horrified by so much, we don't think of listening to the turnaround from the rope wheel from the areas. So Christ certifies his prophets with miracles so that not every scoundrel comes out to pretend to be a prophet and we come out like slugs to listen to his Satanisms. Christ certifies his prophets with catechism so that they explain to the common man why and how he must repent. They do not leave him in the dark simply by exciting his imagination and creating an orgasm for him. Christ certifies his prophets, ordering them to speak by name and with boldness and not hiding behind some unknown parlor-obsessed old man. Mainly, Christ certifies his prophets with reference to the spiritual element. The truth is always speaking indeed courageously and loudly, spoken loudly with courage and boldness. Christ says to his prophets, come out and I fall without fear, and fall without fear. Christ and fear are inseparable. He who hides is of the devil. Listening to everything unknown is like listening to the I don't know what that means. Anyway, in other words, prepare funeral papers. I mentioned some names that exceed the specifications of a prophet. Saint Cosmas of Aetolia of northern Greece, not just a great catechist, but also equal to the apostles. Saint Julianos of Mount Athos, Saint Sophia of Clysura, Saint Philomenos, Saint Paisius, Elder Ephraim of Arizona, Ambrosius Lazarus, Basil of Kapsokalivitis, the Elder Galactia of Crete, and Lambrini of Vetsi, also Serbian, Romanian, and other saints, and other Christian Orthodox prophets, Saint Methodius of Patara, Agathangelos, and Niles Mirovlitis. And since he has not been heard as a prophet, I will quote what Saint Silauan said about the events that will affect all of humanity. Quote, people should know an exact pattern on earth. All sorrows and suffering for humanity and for each individual are directly related to pride and the manifestations characterized by it, manifestations of pride. Remember the sins you have committed and that you deserve punishment for them. It's forgiveness. Humbly accept the difficulties of life because they lead the soul of man to salvation. End quote. The time will come when the Lord will send a test to every person, and each will be rewarded according to his deserts. People will face terrible disasters, conflicts, disasters, incurable diseases. No one escapes inspection. Saint Silauan complained that the material will prevail of the spiritual. People will forget God, turn away from faith, begin to worship only the golden calf, and in the end they will pay for material things with material things. No, not with money. That would be very easy, although many will indeed lose all their property and savings. But it is not scary. It's much worse to lose the health and lives of your loved ones. Saint Silauan wrote that the world would plunge into the abyss of destruction, and there will be few safe places on earth. Only those who understand that they must repent of their sins, trust in the Lord and not despair, even if it seems that the world is collapsing, will be saved. He said, do not despair and receive salvation. The Lord does not give trials more than a person can endure, and only through disasters can the strength of a human spirit be tested to push it to further development. We live in the times that Saint Silauan warned about. The old world is crumbling before our eyes, and a new one has not yet been built. Humanity is in a transitional period when there is no way back and there is none yet ahead. The old foundations are crumbling. Many are now deprived of material assets, ordinary income, work, and housing. The world of consumption is becoming a thing of past, and with it everything that was once so dear to people. And for many people, the loss of material wealth is precisely the most terrible and serious test. The world is divided into two opposite sides. On one side stand the people of light, and on the other, the minions of darkness. The Lord commanded us to love and forgive enemies. Saint Silauan asks you to pray, to pity your enemies and pray for them, because these are just stumbling souls who need admonition. The Lord is merciful. He will forgive all who sincerely repent. I regret, I weep, and I cry for people. If you hate your brother, it means that you have run away from God, and the evil spirit has taken possession of you. Grace made me know that all people who love God and keep his commandments are full of light and are like the Lord. But those who go against God are full of darkness and are like the enemy. The Lord gave us a commandment, love your enemies. The soul pity the enemies and prays for them, that they have run away from the truth and are going to hell. This is love for enemies. When Judas decided to betray the Lord admonished him with mercy, just as we should act with mercy towards those who do wrong, and then we will be saved by the mercy of God. There is another instruction from Saint Silauan, which directly refers us to what the elder said about our time. He said, we have become enemies. People are full of hatred. Everyone has their own truth. This is the time of the beginning of events that will affect the entire world, the development of which we will see in the near future. End quote. When tomorrow we lose everything, remember these words and Christ will help, because the world in which we live today will not exist tomorrow. Please leave your comments about this, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support. and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.